The Phantom Menace changed Star Wars forever. Traditionally, a lightsaber was always described using 3 words. Cut through anything. Sometimes it's almost anything or practically anything. In the original movies, they were always used as blades. Han slices a tauntaun, which tells us almost nothing.
Hang on, kid.
We do see flames dancing along the saddle straps. Luke cuts open an AT-AT hatch, which is the most tool-like usage. Episode 1 changes everything by establishing limits.
You were right about one thing, Master. The negotiations were short.
Qui-Gon strides boldly over to a door. This appears to be a normal interior door, a 1/4 decimeter thick, much like the doors aboard the Death Star or the Enterprise. The lightsaber slices through with contemptuous ease. So far, it's all gone as expected. Everyone knows that a saber can cut through anything. Perhaps the best example is from Cloud City. Darth Vader slices through a set of triple columns, leaving an exposed cut. It seems fair to assume that the exterior is metal and possibly all the way through. The exposed surface is blackened, even more so after the duct tape has been removed.
That's a lot of damage!
This sets the standard for using lightsabers against metal. In the time of the prequels, we have significantly more options. Qui-Gon leaves a glowing trail in the wake of his blade, as if the metal of the door is left white-hot, gradually cooling down. It certainly seems to blister, trying to flow away from the blade. Qui-Gon will be through this door in seconds. However, the Neimoidians have a trick up their voluminous sleeves.
Close the blast doors!
That's right, blast doors, as seen on the Death Star.
Open the blast doors!
These doors seem to be an inferior design to the Imperial version. Both types slide apart into 2 halves. However, these Trade Federation ones don't have any overlap. When the doors close, they actually interact with the blade. The first blast door causes the lightsaber blade to bend. We can still see the blade, despite the door closing around it. Finally, the second blast door hides the lightsaber from view. Blast doors are extremely large and heavy slabs of metal. Opening and closing them takes real effort and big drive systems. Qui-Gon, standing right next to the door, senses a heavy double thud. Our Master Jedi doesn't finish the incision. This time he stabs into all 3 doors. Immediately, the metal begins to sizzle and smoke. Before long, the center of the door melts away. A chunk in line with the saber falls to the floor. Things are looking grim for the Federation.
These Federation types are cowards.
This looks amazing and it's informative. We're shown that the lightsaber can still cut through almost anything. More importantly, it adds a limit. Qui-Gon can't wave his sword at a wall and have it fall away. Even cutting through a thin door will take 20 seconds. To get through multiple blast doors, it could be several minutes. That's an exceptional solution to the Red Faction effect.
The door's jammed. Blast around it if you can.
If your sword can cut through anything, why not use it? Luke could have sliced a path directly into Leia's cell.
It's no good.
Let me try mine.
The moment a character gains certain tools, the world falls apart.
And now, Your Highness, we will discuss the location.
Suddenly, the strength of a lock doesn't matter. It's always easier to get in through the wall. This scene tells us why Jedi can't walk through walls. That part is good, but it gets better. Despite putting limits on them, lightsabers didn't get weaker. As far as we can see, they still cut through anything. The lazy answer would have been lightsaber-resistant materials. Placing a limit on battery life wouldn't solve anything. You'd just reload your saber batteries after cutting each door. Using time is a much better constraint, and it lines up with the original lore. Most of the original lore, at least. There's one detail out of place. Lightsabers are said to emit no heat. That metal is glowing red hot, so what's going on? We know it's some kind of stable energy loop. Battery life is almost unlimited, multiple years of use. A lightsaber only loses energy when the blade touches an object. With this information, we can make an educated guess. When the lightsaber is idle, it doesn't give off any heat. Sabers are not a containment field around some hot plasma. The blade itself isn't particularly hot.
Toast bread while you're slicing it.
I reckon the heat only appears when an object resists the saber blade. That would mean you can cut through paper and kindling without causing a fire. The perfect fire hazard would be some kind of dense hardwood. That also allows for a flesh wound to be cauterized. Think back to the Tauntaun saddle straps. Only the leather caught fire because of the dense material. For a lightsaber to cause any significant heat, it needs a lot of metal. No matter the door, the blade passes through with virtually no resistance. Like a monomolecular blade through, well, anything. Looking for evidence, we find some subtle hand movements.
Little click out of pin 1.
If I'm right, we'd expect blade movement to generate heat. The door wouldn't get any hotter unless there's solid metal touching the blade. What Qui-Gon does is similar to the optimal move. There's not enough movement to cause a real difference, though. I'm not sure what the official answer is. Not anymore. On one hand, certain Disney books avoid saying the blade is hot. Melt after exposure to a lightsaber blade is vague. Other books are less cautious about lightsaber technology. Original lore may say energy, but never plasma. Saying a lightsaber blade is plasma would imply it's very hot. Personally, I see plasma blades as a serious problem. A hot blade must emit light and heat. Anytime the plasma saber is active, it would lose energy. Suddenly, battery life becomes a serious concern. There's no way a portable heater can run for years without recharging. Lightsabers being hot would genuinely shatter my immersion. Think of when Mr. Spock heats up a rock with his phaser. It would be unbelievable if the phaser battery never ran out.
To function with a substitute fuel supply, or phasers, I can adapt them and use their energy.
Hot plasma blades work the same way. You need a much bigger power source. Something backpack-sized, I would say.
Let's see now. There.
Regardless of how sabers work, it will take time to cut through. Qui-Gon never gets a chance to finish the job. The Phantom Menace has more than a few surprises in store for us. If you've seen a few of our videos and feel like we've earned your support, please take time to check that you're still subscribed to the channel. Leave a like, perhaps. Fiddle with the notification bell so you're notified as soon as we upload new videos. Why not join us on Discord? We promise it's only half as bad as that sounds.
I say we take off and nuke the entire site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
If you'd like to support us financially, consider becoming a patron or clicking join under this video. YouTube members get access to Imperial rank insignia in the comments section.
What, you think you're some kind of Jedi waving your hand around like that? I'm a Toydarian. My trick's gonna work on me. Only money. No money, no parts, no deal.